again, Kat. How are you?
Hi, Mark. I'm well. How are you?
Good. What's up in Palm Springs? Anything new and exciting?
Still on somewhat of a quarantine, and it's 109 or 111 today. We don't know. But
Lovely.
interesting times. Yeah, our mountainside caught fire a couple nights ago. So
Jeez.
these are interesting times.
And it was like just when you think it was safe to get out of the water, we got a pandemic. We got all the stuff about inequality, and an earthquake happens. Not a big one, but a little one happens. So Mother
hmm
Nature is not done.
I felt that earthquake yesterday. I was at my hairdresser, and he said, "There's not an earthquake." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just felt a little earthquake." And he said, "You're crazy." And then the text started coming in, "There's an earthquake." So, but
No,
it was a little baby one. Nobody worries about those around here.
no, they don't. So let's hope we can address what we need to address. So based on that, this is one of, as I tell everybody, one of my favorite questions of all time, because over the years I've had great answers. Influencers speak different languages, come in different sizes, shapes. They come in milliseconds of moments to long term. Um, can you share with us one, two, three people who have been influencers in your life?
Sure. I'll start with my grandfather, and this is something that I didn't even realize how much of an influencer he was in my life until after he had passed away. Um, he taught me to garden, be a steward of the earth, to use everything. I mean, literally, when he washed dishes, his rinse bucket he took outside into his garden. That did not go down the drain. I mean, he really taught me about using all of our resources very preciously. And I have been environmentalist most of my life, and think that that came largely through him. So that I'm really proud of him. He also invented a windmill, and I found his letters that he sent off to Jimmy Carter, trying to convince Jimmy Carter to
Oh,
that this is the way of energy of the future. And this is a self-made man. He was an educated. I think he didn't even graduate high school, and he just learned all that on his own. So I just really admire what him and my grandma and how they influenced my life growing up.
that is awesome. Ahead of
Yeah.
his time. I wonder where you get that from. Now I know where you get that from.
Yeah, it comes to me honestly. Yeah. And my mom used to, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last video, but my mom used to charge me a nickel for leaving the lights on. And I think that slipped down from my grandparents as well. And so that was a major influencer. I can't handle extra lights on to this day. It really just drives me nuts. That's ingrained in my brain that you don't waste energy. Yeah.
I had that too. Can't you turn the light off? Oh, geez, I forgot. Well, costs money, got to save it and all that. So I got that too.
Did you get charged?
Um, in some ways, I probably did. I can't remember, but so
You'd remember if your allowance went to paying the electricity bill.
yeah, it's true. Well, those sound like I can see in what you do how those have been influencers. Anybody else?
A few, well, I've had lots of influencers in my life. Tony Bates is one of my past bosses, and she was an incredible influencer in my life. She taught me a lot about being a professional woman, and how to navigate in a pretty male dominated society, and how to work hard and play hard. And so I always loved that about her. Carrie O'Neill, who you spoke with, was another influencer of mine.
Mm-hmm.
We learned a lot together. She's incredibly passionate and professional and successful person that really cares about people. So she's always been an influencer. I have a number of professors that were great influencers of mine. Two in particular, Professor Sanjay Sarma from MIT. He's just, he taught me that you can be, one of the nerdiest engineers on the planet and still care about human behavior and how those two go together. So that was really powerful for me. And he also allowed me to be pretty autonomous. And then Professor Dan Ariely, who's now at Duke University and quite famous these days. And I took consumer behavior from him early on, first semester of my PhD, and it changed everything about the way that I looked at life, and it changed the trajectory of my career, where I wasn't just doing technology and policy. I was also bringing human psychology and how humans think and feel and act into the equation. So those are some of the people I can think of. There's been lots of influencers in my life.
Well, I want to thank them because they've obviously done a good job influencing, because you're doing some great stuff. So, and God knows you've influenced me in different ways since we've met. So I thank you for that too.
Vice versa, Mark. I promised I wouldn't say anything about you, though.
Okay, thank you for sticking to that. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you.